Hey, job seekers, it's Melanie here. Want to know why I'm not calling you for jobs? Why am I not sending you emails about it? Why are you not being the one that I'm contacting as a recruiter to try and land into a job? Well, I'm going to tell you two of the biggest reasons why me and other recruiters aren't contacting you. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment and do that now. We have another great set of videos coming out trying to help you with every part of your job search. Okay, let's talk about the first one. The first one is it's very possible that I have found you on some platform, whether that's LinkedIn or Indeed or some other platform where you've put out your resume and you are the perfect fit for the role that I'm trying to fill. I can't wait to talk to you about this role, sell you on the company, tell you about it all, see if it's interested, does it fit in your salary. So then I go to you and I try to reach out to you. And what happens is you don't have an email or phone number listed. Now, this may seem like an easy task, but you would not believe the amount of resumes that come through to me that do not have an email address or a phone number on them. I don't understand why that's not a given, but it happens all the time. And this also happens a lot for those of you that are on LinkedIn. And I even captured a screenshot of this to show you. LinkedIn, for those of you who maybe have a job and aren't sending your resume out so much, one of the reasons you may not be getting contacted is because you don't have any contact data listed out there. And so the only way for somebody to get a hold of you is to send you an in-mail. Now, that sounds like, well, just send me an in-mail and it's easy. Well, yes, as a recruiter and the version of LinkedIn I buy, I have a ton of in-mails available to me and my team every single month. Lots of other people don't, and they charge $10 per in-mail, so they're a little bit more hesitant on sending ones out. But even when I do send in-mails, there's lots of times that people just don't look at the email address that's tied to where their LinkedIn in-mails go. They either set it up a long time ago, or they don't realize that they have to turn on that notification. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. I had somebody reach back out to me that I sent them an email in 2016. 2016, and we're now 2023, and they just reached out to me replying to my email trying to see if that job was still active and if they could still apply for it. No, unfortunately, I had to tell them no. Now, on LinkedIn, there is actually, and let me even show you a screenshot I took from LinkedIn. If you look here, this is an example of a candidate that we were looking at for one of our accountant roles that we have open. And you see here on the add email, add phone number part, they have nothing listed. Now, where is this coming from? This is coming from the main contact area of LinkedIn. So when you go to your main profile, and actually, I can even show you this live using my profile. When you're looking at your main profile, let me see if I can share mine, and you go to your main contact data, you can choose who gets to see this and who doesn't. If you actually do put something in there of your email and a phone number, it is that much easier for people to get a hold of you. Now, I realize, please don't get me wrong, I realize that there's scammers and you're trying to avoid some of them. You can control who sees it, only your connections, not whatever. But if you want to add in your profile, your contact data to your profile, it's right here in this name area. You just click on that contact info, and that's going to open up the area for you to add all that information in. Please consider adding in an email, if nothing else. If you don't want a phone number, I understand. At least then I can reach you, hopefully, another way. If you're willing to give a phone number, that would be great. Okay, so that's reason number one why I'm not contacting you is I'm trying, I just can't get to you. And then the second reason why I'm not contacting you is I can't find you. And this is more for people who are not actively applying for roles, but people who are hoping that their information is going to get noticed by a company or by a recruiter or something like that on LinkedIn or another system where they've uploaded their data. Now, let's just focus on LinkedIn because each system is a little different. But if you look at LinkedIn, there are over 900 million profiles. The only way I can find anybody is by doing searches. And there's a ton of different ways that you can search on LinkedIn, right? There's tons and tons of ways. But of those 900 million profiles, I need you to come up in the search in order to reach out and contact you. And what makes whether or not you come up in the search? the more data you have entered. Let me give you a real world example of this. So 900 million profiles. I went out into LinkedIn Recruiter and I entered in nothing but the job title engineer. And when I did that, there were 31 million plus profiles that came up that had the job title of engineer. Okay, so then let me go more specific, and I changed that to mechanical engineer. When I entered in that, it still brought up 1.8 million plus profiles of people with mechanical engineer. I then further refined the search to add Texas, that you had to be in Texas. That brought me down to 18,000 plus. Then I did it again and said, okay, show me those that are a mechanical engineer in Texas that have SolidWorks, and show me how many people come up in the search then. And it was still over 7,300 people. Now, no recruiter can look at 7,300 people, right? So they keep adding more and more data into the system. The more data you have in every single section of your LinkedIn profile, the better chance you have of coming up in that search. It's not rocket science. So the more, if you're hoping to get found from that method, the more data you have in there, the more keywords, the more skills, the more industry information, the more specific terms you have in that I'm going to enter into one of those search filters, the better chance you have of coming up in the search, and the better chance you have of me contacting you to say, hey, here's a role I'm working on. Are you interested? All right, job seekers, I hope this was helpful as always. Feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you'd like to be notified every time we do a new video. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.